from the dead, the seeming dead, the impossible has happened. Savepoint Returns.
Christmas miracle.
It is.
Christmas miracle.
Very holiday spirit.
The ghost of Jesus came back and told us, you know what, you ought to do that YouTube show.
Yeah.
So here we are.
This is a message from God.
My name is Ryan Shepard.
I'm Nick Rubio.
Greg Olivo.
The legendary Greg Olivo, new to Savepoint.
Yes, he's a new guest. We've been away for a while. We've met new people, and people have come into our lives.
Oh yes. Many things have happened. Many adventures.
Yes.
Seeming adventures, misadventures, more like. But yeah, we're here to talk about video game stuff.
It's a new year.
What?
It's a new year.
It is a new year. It's like a new year and a half.
New beginnings.
It's been a long time since we've checked in.
We have an Oompa Loompa as the
shown our
president.
face.
Oh, it's Orange Man.
I don't even want to talk politics, man. I think that shit's just too
got new
polarizing.
posters?
Yeah, we did. That's another thing I gotta mention
I guess they're
also.
old, though.
So, real quick, the way the show works is normally we would talk about the topics that you would suggest to us, things going on in the video game world, things you just want to know, stupid questions that have no relevance whatsoever. Don't hesitate to just leave them in that comment section down below.
Or send it to Twitter.
Oh yeah, you can do it on the Twitter. You know all the things, man. You know how this stuff works. You've been here before. Also, that's actually another good thing. If you have been here before, if you actually remember us, if you're still alive or our once beloved audience, just check in. Just say hi. Just say hello. I miss you guys. But yeah, to speak of these posters, we got these beautiful posters here for the backdrop of our set. And this was courtesy amazing artist named Barrett Biggers we met once upon a time at MegaCon. Fantastic artist. Please check out his stuff. Buy his prints. This is just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to beautiful artwork. Majora's Mask, Metroid.
Very good prints.
Fantastic.
Things I would hang in my house to make me look contemporary.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
Geek chic, I think they call it.
So what's good in video games, man? It's been a long year.
We were talking about Battlefield earlier.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1. I mean, how could you not?
Here's the thing. I've raved a lot about Battlefield 1, and I don't want it to come across like I'm a Battlefield fanboy because I'm absolutely not. That's why it made me like the game so much. I played Battlefield 4. It just didn't grip me. It's the same thing I said before when it's like I kind of lost interest in video games for a while. It's just because it just felt like the same thing
over and over again. You just change the skin on it. It felt very plain.
Just gets very played out.
Yeah, absolutely. You're doing the same thing. You're just shooting high-powered future space guns at each other with
everybody's got jetpacks.
360 no scope, man.
Yes, robots that just kill the enemies for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Now we have people who jump out of biplanes, throw grenades to blow up other biplanes behind them.
But that stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is like I don't even like watching videos like that because I realize like how shitty of a player I am by comparison. I'll never be that. I'm never gonna be Jason Bourning out of a plane into another plane while blowing up 3 other planes.
As you're flying through the blood.
Yes.
Threading the needle.
But that being said, Battlefield 1, I love it so much just because it's an amazing cinematic experience that just like is thrilling to play. And it's fun, and it's the most fun I've had playing a first-person shooter in like a couple years.
On the flip side, another game that should have had the same success if it was made better, Battlefield. Star Wars Battlefront.
Battlefront. Yeah. See, here's the thing is like the crazy thing is like
fucked up.
My whole life I've been like a crazy a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just didn't have any interest.
Yeah.
And I was so excited before the game came out.
It was a very plain game. There wasn't any types. There wasn't tons of content like maps and stuff. And then they had to parcel it out every month or so with new stuff. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier, where these games, especially a game like this, where it's multiplayer only, if it doesn't get all the players, it gets none of the players. It's like all or nothing. They end up losing. And
it looked beautiful. Like on the console, on PC, it looked fucking gorgeous.
That Frostbite engine is fantastic.
Yeah, like if you would have put any Star Wars game in that engine, it would look fucking amazing. But again, there was no story. There's nothing to grip you to keep you to play, you know?
Yeah, I kind of lost interest immediately as soon as they said, as soon as I found out there was, no, concrete storyline. I was just like, well, I mean...
It's like, here's Hoth,
Yeah.
fucking kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. They kind of just expect you, like, oh, this franchise is 30 years old now, 40 years old now.
And they use played out Star Wars stuff, like Hoth and Tatooine, not even Tatooine.
I did this in Battlefront 2.
Kashyyyk, you know, you had more places in Battlefront 2 to go to, you know what I mean? You went to Coruscant for fucking
And, there's nothing about the maps that I feel is, engaging. I'm not like, wow, look at this place. I'm like, oh, okay, Hoth map.
Like in in Battlefield, there's the behemoth and shit.
Yeah.
You know, you have like 2 AT-ATs.
But it's like it's the lamest mechanic in that game of like, oh, the whole game mode is take out the AT-ATs. I don't know.
I don't know. Just like there's like no structures or anything like that. Battlefield has like, you know, you're just destroying buildings and buildings are collapsing in on you.
Building destruction.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like all the time you'll be playing the game and like you'll get kills from just like falling debris. Like someone will be in a building that you blow up and then the wall falls on them. And like we've seen lots of games with destructible environments, but not to this level.
Not to this extent.
Most games, buildings break apart as if they were a puzzle. They break the same way each time. The same pieces fall. It's just like a scripted theme.
Yeah.
And Battlefield feels very organic with that, and I love that. Like it just feels like, I don't know. I guess like the realistic.
Like the world is made. Like somebody spent their time to make this building that you just fucking destroy with a grenade. That you didn't even mean to. Somebody spent their entire digital life making that building.
Yes. And me and Greg had this conversation, and like I think what you saw this year was a reaction to what people were doing last year. It's like Titanfall came out with no storyline. Battlefront came out. Did it come out in 2015 or 2016?
No, it came out in 20. Did it come out? No.
I think Chris Ford came out this year.
I thought it came out in 2015.
Was it like the very tail end of 2015?
Yeah, it might have been. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but here's my thing. All right, and Titanfall, obviously, I don't know if I already literally just said that, but you had these games come out with no storyline whatsoever, and me and Greg were talking about this, and I think it's why Battlefront fails, is that the campaign isn't just a campaign. You're not just giving someone the first player experience. What you're doing is giving them the reason to care. Like, the reason to play and a reason to care. So it basically gives you a feeling about the characters.
Everybody wants to be a Spartan.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to make that sort of like emotional, mental connection with the game. Otherwise, it's just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, you're just shooting guns at this point.
Without any sense of, I guess, purpose.
Yeah, there's no attachment to you're not connecting with what you're doing. So it gets boring. You're not getting all the good chemicals in your head.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When you can relate to something.
Yeah.
Any other super pleasant surprises this year? Doom.
Doom. I'm just glad it didn't suck. Like you know.
Yeah, that was like a lot of pressure. I was afraid.
Like I know Bethesda does great shit, but fuck, man, it's so easy to fuck up.
As much as I love Doom, and I absolutely did, incredibly fun, like thrilling first player game. I think the online's tons of fun too, but I kind of miss some of the elements of Doom 3.
Yeah, like the dark,
more horror.
More atmospheric. Yeah. Doom wasn't really a horror game. The Doom remake for 2016.
Doom 3 is considered an outlier.
Yeah. That is the kind of thing that you have to keep in mind is that they did something different with Doom 3 and Doom 4. The remake.
A lot of people liked it. I know a lot of people who did not like Doom 3.
I
know. I don't agree. I don't agree. I think I liked the horror that they had. They had tasteful jump scares. There's a lot of psychological stuff going on.
I love the AI in that in Doom 3. I just felt like you just really never know what they were going to do.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah, it was really good for the first time.
The first time trying to replay a level and like thinking I was like smart, knowing like the vent that the demon was going to pop out of, and then it comes up behind you and you're like, what is life?
And you punch it until it disintegrates. That was the best feature. You could just punch bodies and then it would turn to a skeleton and then just disintegrate. It was great. Great game.
And I don't know, I just liked a lot of things. I think what it is that game had really good art direction for its time.
Yeah.
Like I liked how when you hovered over a menu with your cursor, it turned it into a mouse. Like you can control like it was a mouse, but it was inside of the game. Yeah. It was very nice. Like a lot of games didn't let you do that. Like you could punch in the keypad. And you felt like you were actually doing it. Yeah. But see, I like that game for what it was, but I also like Doom for what it was, because Doom is that game like you have a fucking really bad day at work and you just want to rip and tear shit apart. So you sit down, you put some headphones on, you have Mike Gordon's fucking soundtrack blaring in your ears, and you're just tearing demons apart. It's fantastic.
I think Doom 4 is about like letting you feel like a badass Doom guy, exterminator. Where like Doom 3 is sort of like, good luck, bitch. Like you're in here alone. Yeah. They're just very different experiences, and it's totally like if I was coming home from like a stressful day, I probably wouldn't play Doom 3 because that shit makes me even more stressed out. Besides the games that were great this year, what are you looking forward to next year? What do you think is going to be a hit? What do you think is going to be a disappointment? You said you were pretty excited about something. You were telling me.
I want to say that I was excited about the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Excited or trepidatious?
Both. I feel like at this point the hype train is too.
It's too strong.
It's too large. Too large to handle on the track.
And what's scary is though is that I feel like Nintendo really needs success here. I mean, Nintendo's got tons of money. Don't get me wrong, but the Wii U did not do fantastic.
No, it did not.
They're not producing them anymore now, right? I think they just stopped producing Wii U's.
I don't think they did for Wii U's. Maybe one of the models, but I don't think for the system in the whole.
I'll double check.
My whole beef with Nintendo is that I just feel like they just clung on to their classics too much. And they never branched out into anything else.
It's very hard to make a Nintendo game with Nintendo IP.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And I guess they've tried maybe a little too late to let third-party developers in. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, they've really stuck to what they knew succeeded, and it's like I just feel like in Japan, it's the same thing in the United States, where the corporate structure always, has the final say. And when you work in business, they usually say if you know something works, keep doing it. So they say, well, Super Mario has an incredible IP that's always been successful. Just keep making Mario games.
They finally just branched out. It's on the iPhone now. That shows promise.
Oh yeah, that Super Mario Run game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, and I kind of feel like the Nintendo Switch is sort of like a segue into that because it is a mobile computing device. Very hard to differentiate it from a tablet. It's just a tablet with a docking controllers essentially. So that lets you know that their games can run on the kind of hardware that runs tons of app games and stuff.
I just want to make sure that it runs for long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
battery life is going to be a huge concern.
That's literally the only concern I have. Everything else, I don't care if it's on 720p screen, I can handle that. But if I can only play it for 2 hours, then why would I bring it anywhere?
I also have some concerns about durability of the console itself.
Yeah, if you dropped it, you'd be fucked.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be pretty.
I just feel like you're definitely gonna see those Nerf cases that they make for little kids, but for the entire. I don't even know how that works.
You're talking about the Pelican cases.
They're super hard
it's
foam cases.
Bright orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a dumbass carrying it.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope the Switch is good, but I do see why people are have their misgivings.
It's got a big ass fan in it apparently. That's how it stays cold. So I imagine if you dropped it, you'd break the screen and the fan at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, other than that, next year I'm pretty excited for the Battlefield 1 expansions. To be honest, I kind of want to get that season pass. Yeah, they're adding.
Ride a bear.
They're adding in what?
I wish. Imagine can you imagine? Saber.
They're like, okay, well we have enough horses. We want to put another thing in that's not just another tank. I don't know. Give them a bear.
Ivan released the bears.
That
wasn't a Russian accent.
But alright, so they're gonna add in the Russian army and the French army to do this stuff. They're adding new operations. They're adding 20 new guns. Yada yada yada. I still feel like the season pass for games are super overpriced. I mean, $50. It's $10 less than the game. Yeah, it's $50.
Normally it's 40 or something. 50. Wow.
It's crazy, but I don't know. I don't know. DLC is such a weird love-hate thing because I like the idea that.
Are you gonna be committed to that game for this whole year? You know what I mean?
And that's another problem. Is we were looking at the DLC for Battlefield 1, and the first expansion comes out in March.
By then, the heat of the game is definitely going to be cooled down. People are not going to be playing it as much.
Yep. I don't know. It's still tons of fun. So I guess we'll see when that time comes around. But I definitely wouldn't see that. It kind of sucks because buying a season pass is a vote of confidence. It's invest money for all the DLC. You don't know if you're going to like any one of them.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if they're going to be fulfilling or worth the money. It's okay, we like the game, we'll throw more money at us because you have faith in us now.
You know who kind of turned it around with their DLC? It was The Division.
Yeah?
Yeah, they just released their second DLC pack, and what it is it's basically a standalone game that you play inside of the game, where it's kind of like H1Z1's King of the Hill.
Oh,
So what they do is the whole premise is that you're sent on a mission to go find some experimental antivirus shit that was found, and the plane crashed because of the Hurricane Sandy or whatever that went through and fucked up a whole bunch of shit. So you're sent there, but as you're flying, the storm blows your helicopter out of the sky. You land on the ground, and it's you and 25 other people running around with no equipment, trying to find guns and parts and shit like that to build guns.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Mask filter, and you have to kill. Or there's PvP and then there's PvE. If you do PvE, you're only fighting mobs, regular mobs.
Right.
Because they're regular mobs running around. And when you start off, all you have is a pistol, so you can't just fucking go gallivanting and shooting motherfuckers up.
That's cool. That's definitely cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, oh shit, can he see me? Like hiding it, because it's really like there's like a snowstorm effect, so it's really hard to see like 10 feet in front of you, and you have to constantly hop between barrel to barrel because it's cold. Yeah. You need to warm up.
I think that they're definitely trying to spice up that game. I mean, the Division isn't performing super well, which sucks because it had so much promise.
It was a bullet sponge. In the past, it was. They fixed a lot of stuff now. Now the AI is more aggressive. Like they die faster.
So is this too little, too late, or do you think they have a chance of turning around, bringing players back to the game?
I feel like a lot of people have come back a little bit. Yeah. I feel like streaming has helped. There are a lot of big streamers who picked that up and they went back to it when the DLC came out.
Yeah, and that's interesting. You know, it kind of like I wonder how much influence like streaming games have had on like what games are actually getting popular now.
Insane amounts, I imagine. Those streamers who are very big get paid lots of money for people to advertise their games.
Ka-ching. Yep. Must be nice. I mean, the whole thing is like a lot of people talk about like sponsorships like that as if they're bad, and I see both sides. My whole thing is I don't think those sort of endorsements are bad if you're transparent about them. You know, everybody's got to eat, and it's like if you're a creator,
those streamers live very hard lives. Like I know it's like such a first world problem, but like they can't really. That's their job. That they wake up every day and that's what they do, and it becomes a job, and like it's. You can't do anything else. It's not like you can just take a day off and go, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you have the freedom, you know, it's your own job, you can do whatever you want. You can't. You have to stream every day. People like consistency. If you're not consistent, they're not going to come back.
And yeah, right. And that's where I think people who think it's an easy job, whether you're streaming or just like making videos on YouTube or whatever you're doing.
It's very hard to keep a social life.
It's that, and it's the fact that like I think people think it's like once you have those views that you're always going to have those views. And that's not necessarily
Especially streamers who pigeonhole themselves into playing one game and they play that game, one game all the time, even though.
And then they try to play something else, and no one wants to watch it.
Streamer base falls away. Yeah, it's very, very, very rough. Like.
It's like imagine a show. Like if you thought of like a streamer the way you would think of a show. If a show starts getting bad, people don't keep watching it because they're like, well, the show's already successful. Let's just keep in it. So I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's like these people they talk all the time about like. When they see themselves not performing as good as they used to,
they take it really hard.
Yeah, they take it really hard. It's like impending doom. They're like, this is it. I hit my zenith, and now I'm falling off.
And that's their entire income too. So they have to keep doing it. You know, they have nothing else.
Right, exactly.
It's very rough, I imagine.
And it's not very guaranteed. Like if you work a job for like a big employer, you know that job's going to be there. You know, you don't have those sort of fears. But if it's a job where it's like it's all up to how much you can please like this faceless mass of people whose desires or interests can change on a whim. That of course that can be stressful, man. That's a lot of work, and
it is.
I have a lot of respect for people who put the time and dedication into it.
I do too.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's fun too. I mean, video gaming streaming is
fun to casually do, but like if you want to make it your life goal, it's a very tough thing to do.
Definitely.
It's a lot of hard work, and you have to have the personality for it. Like I don't think anybody can do it. People are awful to you on Twitch. They are. Like
they're terrible. And it's like if it's something you want to do, if you're someone who's interested in streaming or making videos or whatever, there has to be something about doing that's compelling to you. If it's because you think it'll be an easy way to be successful, you're gonna be sorely mistaken and disappointed by that. But yeah, man, I love this stuff. I just like talking about video games. This stuff's interesting. I just like everything that comes along with video games. I like the community of it. I like kind of like
camaraderie.
Yes, that's what it's all about. And that's kind of what I think is the good thing about streaming anyway, is that it's sort of like, especially if you're somebody who's like, I guess lonely. I don't know if that's a terrible thing to say, but like you watch somebody stream a game and you're part of their community, talk in their chat room, you feel like you're with your friends. You feel like you're with your friends playing video games. And if you're somebody who
there is a lot of Twitch meta.
Yes, there is. And exactly. So it's sort of like a family. Like, people who are serious about streamers are, like, so serious about it. And it's, like, borderline cult-like. But, whatever, man, I already drank all this coffee. I'm just sort of, like,
Brigading is a thing.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Savepoint many years later down the line.
Please start sending us questions.
Yes, please send us questions so we know what to talk about, so we don't just ramble on and on about
We will
whatever.
ramble.
We can ramble. We can ramble
on request.
Like a mofo. But please, leave us some topics. Like I said before, if you remember us from before, if you're an old friend, please say hi. I'd love to see your face and touch it. But not really.
Yeah. Find us on Twitter, UnderInspired Games.
Yes. Well, on Twitter it's _inspired. That's a little confusing, I guess, but there'll be a link. I'm sure there'll be a link.
There'll be many links.
And we look forward to seeing you soon. And it won't be in 2 years. It won't be in 2 years. It should be in a week. I'm hopeful for that.
I'm Nick Rubio.
Ryan Shepard.
Virgo Levo.
Have a good night, people.
And good luck.